Hey everybody, welcome back to Dyson Sphere program. We are on a lava planet, but this is not the lava planet we know and love. No, this is a lava planet that is absolutely, and I do mean absolutely, covered in mining machines. Look at these bad boys go. My god, they're everywhere. In fact, the entire planet has been eaten. And the planet's called Knee Cruncher. And the Knee Cruncher planet is in the Knee Cruncher system, which isn't in Tater or Riley or Myrmix or Sheev, which is the ones we've been to before. That's right, this is a whole new one. It was just like really close, and I was like, oh, let me come check this out. It's just a little rock with the with a bit of wind power and some ores. In fact, the big reason I came here was for this stuff, the Kimberlite. We can turn this into crystal silicon much more efficiently than using regular silicon plates, and it's made in an assembler, not in anything else. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Not in the smelt or anything, so it's a little bit more power efficient. We can get some more boosts out of it. Anyway, I've been busy. I've been very, very busy. I have gone to Myrmix, I have gone to, follow the lines, I have gone to Riley, and I have gone to Tater, and I have put every single ore node, every single one that those systems have. Actually, you know what? Hold on, we're not doing this yet. Every single ore node, so in this case, 26 million iron, 26 million copper, and some change, 54 million, 53 million iron, 58 million copper, millions of silver and silicon. Silver, titanium, and silicon. Yeah, tens of millions there. Bit less here, but 40 million stone in Myrmix. I put every single piece of ore under a miner and put that onto a network. So we now have, for the first time, hundreds of millions of resources available to us. Still probably not enough to finish the game completely, but it's definitely going to carry us for a very long time. We don't have to worry about putting down any mining machines for a while, except maybe to try and improve throughput. What we need to do now is head back to good old Ananas and do a couple of things. The first thing we're going to do is have a look at our new Dyson frame. It's nothing fancy. I was just getting a bit worried that we weren't producing enough power over here. So we grabbed that. So I just made this little shell. It's really boring. It's just a bunch of, it's a square, it's a hexagon, it's got a few random shapes just to fill it in. I guess it looks a bit like an eye. There was no real design here except kind of, I need more power, and now we're producing it. So we're requesting 3.5 gigawatts, and we're producing 7.8, and that's only going to scale up as this thing completes. Which means that two things are now available to us. One, we can go back to Alpha, rip it apart, pave it over, and maybe turn it into a giant power-sucking hub to distribute power elsewhere. We can scale up our production dramatically on these planets, or we can go somewhere else and try it all again. And to do that, I have picked out two candidates. We have Lambda Sagittae over here. The star has a luminosity of 2.5 lumens. Our base star is 0.9, I believe. Let me just see if I can click on Sheev here. Am I too close to click on Sheev? Can I click on... There you go, Sheev. He's 0.98. So basically, if this is 100%, this star produces double and then some what we can. And this star down here, Duba, produces double. Now, the reason that Zuba is even on the list when we've got a 2.5 star one is that this is a lot further away from our current system. So the travel time between systems will be insane. And this one over here is a lot closer. It's 10 light years versus 14. Well, I mean, it's 40% closer. That's quite a bit. And it's got a lot more planets. This has only one planet in the system with a lot of resources on it, admittedly. Quite a lot. But there is only one planet in that system, in the Lambda Sagittae. I can zoom in and show you. Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong. Sorry. This one's got a few planets. This one's actually quite an interesting candidate. It's also got an ice giant. And is it the other way around? Does Zuba only have one planet? Nope, they've all got a lot of planets. Never mind. What the hell had only one planet? Oh, it was the blue giant with a luminosity of 2. This has only one planet. One planet systems are interesting because they allow you to kind of fully industrialize one planet, and then it only purpose is to build a Dyson sphere. There's no temptation to do anything else. But, I mean, it's not all that important, right? Zuba over here has just an obscene number of resources. But I think more importantly, it's got this planet here. This volcanic ash planet is very, very close to its parent star. We might be able to build a Dyson shell that it sort of overlaps, it sort of encompasses the orbit of this planet, which means that the planet will always be able to fire solar cells at it because, it'll be inside the orbit of those sails. It'll always be able to point at it. For Lambda Sagittae, we actually have a similar situation with this guy over here, this lava planet. I'm actually not sure what the relative distance is. We'll have to go and check it before we decide what we want to build. But if you guys want to see a super duper Dyson sphere, even bigger than this one, that's something I could, you know, consider doing. So, yeah, let me know if that's something you'd want to see. Because we don't have to do that in order to finish the series. But, you know, it is something we could do if you want to see the series go further. We could build a super Dyson sphere. I will say then, the episodes will probably not be coming out every day. Because I mean, it took me 4 hours. I was watching a movie while I went around and put down all the mining machines, you know. So, like, just, it's kind of an insane time sink. And I can only really do it, you know, when I have time to do it, I guess. Is sort of what I'm trying to get to. So, just fair warning. If we do go bigger, the episodes will become a bit more spaced out. Maybe one every week or two. But they will definitely happen, and it'll be super cool. But I do want to first finish this series, and our goal for this series was to finish the tech tree. We have finished almost all the tech tree. We've just got to do the last stretch here. That's going to require us to make the Dirac inversion mechanism. Basically, we have to split photons into antimatter. For that, we're going to need a lot of ray receivers and a much bigger Dyson sphere, so that's why we're going to amp up production on that. Then we have to turn, well, we don't have to turn it, but then we have to turn all of our sciences into this stuff over here, the universal matrix, and then we complete the mission. So let's go ahead and get this research underway. We can get this research underway, and this research underway, and this research underway. There we go, and then we'll be able to cook up universe matrix, which will give us our incredible science matrix, and we're gonna be off to the races. That'll be the final tech. But I mean, think about it though. Like, if one of these costs one of each plus an antimatter, you know, this isn't actually all that expensive. It's basically we got to find 4,000 antimatter because we got the rest of this being made pretty effectively. Just taking a bit of a flyover all of our production, and it's kind of insane to see the scale we've reached. Like, this is a planet factory. I mean, some of these builds, like this plane filter one, literally span the planet. It goes halfway around a world. Imagine that. That's like building a factory that goes from the north of the UK all the way over to, you know, North America. It's just insane. I guess I am insane. I don't know. Maybe. You know, it could be. Could be. Either way, we're going to want to set up our little science lab to get this stuff going, and then we're going to want to grab some antimatter so that we can make it all. So I think the easiest way to do that is going to be just to copy our green science build here. Can we actually fit this in this spot? Is it possible? No, too close to another logistics station. So we'll have to set it off to the side here. Which I suppose isn't the end of the world. We could put it up here. I kind of like the line we've got going on here, but it's okay. Someone did mention that we should probably scale these labs up to represent their crafting times. I think that's a good idea. That is something I will do, so that we're actually producing like just an obscene number per second. We'll use the blues as a baseline. Whatever that number is, we'll scale it up to. Alright, cool. We got the Dirac inversion mechanism. With that in mind, I'm going to give myself a bit more space. Oh, these factories are kind of in the way now, aren't they? Ah, whatever. We'll just stick it over here. If it doesn't have to be super fast. Maybe we'll make a science planet at some point. Why not? You know, the thing about Dyson Sphere program, you can kind of it can just go as big as you want it to. Oh, cancel, quickly. All right, you're not gonna make any of that though. We're gonna need. Oh, hold on. This build isn't gonna work. Actually, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, hold on. No, we're just gonna want to build this from scratch because. Oh, yeah. This isn't going to work because we got to fit like 7 inputs, not 2. Yeah, it's going to be a different game, for sure. In fact, we might need to use these bad boys. Yeah. Okay, anyway, we'll figure out where we're going to build that in a second. What I need to do first is get the antimatter crafting. So, we're going to head over to the pole. Should we do this on this planet, or should we do this on Alpha? Just pave the frickin' thing and... Yeah, let's make Alpha useful. Hold on. I'm gonna head back there real quick. Okay, we're back on Alpha. This place is a mess. We need to strip this down to its bones. That's gonna be quite a process because I'm gonna have to not only rip out all these parts, but then fly the resources back to Ananas to be turned into more useful components. That's gonna be a bit of an uphill battle, to be sure. But we can now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pave the poles. Like, completely. We're just going to flatten this ocean. I will still keep the coal mines and stuff, because we do still need coal. Oh my god, we are completely out of copper, and we're basically out of iron as well. We have mined this planet dry. That is incredible. There's still a bit of coal going, which is, I suppose, good. But yeah, this needs to be cleaned up big time. I won't make you sit through all of it, but I will. Maybe we'll go through. We'll come back and forth with some more interesting deconstructions. But for the most part, I mean, it's just gone. There's like 194 coal there. We're kind of just waiting for the planet to die at this point. We can strip out all this sulfuric acid now. All these organic crystals can go. Yeah, we don't need like any of this, man. Any of this at all. Okay, so I've been picking stuff up, and it's just drop it on the floor, and I'm deleting it, and I'm deciding, you know what, this isn't probably the most efficient way to do this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to slap down just an enormous storage yard. We'll, like, stick it over here or something. I've got a few of these, where are they? These things. We're going to put down this, and we're going to make, like, a giant storage depot that's going to feed some towers, with like the minimum load of drones set as low as it can go, and that's just going to feed all the raw resources on this planet to the universe, so I don't have to think about it, like, you know, bringing it back, and then when they're needed somewhere else, they'll get taken there. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. Okay, and this is how this is gonna work, right? I'm gonna build a little template for it. We're gonna have a super fast lane coming out. It's gonna look just like this. This is gonna go into one of these. Right, this is going to be our distribution tower. We're going to run a line in. We're going to run a line in. We're going to need a line coming out of here as well. Of course, of course. And you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Let's have another line coming in like this. Okay, great. So that's 4 lines out, and then everybody's going to output to the left, just as fast as their little hearts can take them. All right, just like that. And then whatever we put in these tanks gets put in the towers as quickly as possible. So we're like, you know, we'll have one for particle broadband, one for CPUs. I want to bring nothing into this planet except oil, and I want to export nothing except, well, you know, oil byproducts and water, really. Alphas run its core, and I guess coal and stone until that's done. But other than that, we're done here, you know. All right, cool. So let's blueprint this, or at least copy paste it. And we're going to set this up as such. These vessels can take as much or as little as they need to. I'll bring warpers in from somewhere else. And for example, this one can... Oh, I need to put all my stuff away for a second. Okay, we're going to try something a little wacky. I've got a bunch of junk in my trunk, and I want to get rid of it. So, we're going to place down a interstellar logistics station. And basically, I don't want to have to transport all these raw materials like the copper plates and the iron plates and stuff to the other planets. It's just too much work. So what I'm going to do instead is design a little sort of storage depot we can copy paste down, and whatever's in it, it just ends up dumping somewhere. So for example, if we want this to take our copper, I'll just dump it in here for now to get the space out. But there you go, remote supply, local demand. It doesn't even have to be powered. We'll just let ships come fetch it. I just need to get a pair of... Oh boy, where is it now? We're going to need power poles for one. Good. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for storage units. It's in here somewhere. This is my storage unit. There it is. Okay, great. We're going to slap down just kind of like a couple of these for each thing. So we can have 5 inputs or 5 exports. So let's have 5 exports. We will have to bring in warpers for these things at some point. That's sort of the only downside, I guess. Well, you know, let's do it like this. Let's make this a little simpler for ourselves. And we'll definitely do it with these big blue ones so that the throughput is as fast as possible. So we can do 5. So let's do 5. We'll bring in the warpers somewhere. And you can be the 5th one. And we'll run you just like this. And then we just need 3 outputs. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. A little bit of a power pole there. And then we could just, as we go, we can just sort of manually come back and stick these things, you know, where they belong. Let's connect this to the grid. The grid is all sort of cut up into pieces because I've been pulling up all the wind turbines because they take up a lot of CPU power. Like actual, literal, like, my computer's processing power. And I want to get that back so that we can, you know, do more interesting things with it. Just having it sitting here and creating useless power on this useless planet is not really what I was hoping for. Alright, so if you're going to export that, I also want to make sure the minimum load of vessels is like 0. And I guess there's nothing stopping us just doing it like this. I guess we could just give it some power and some drones. Because that way you can go and fetch stuff on the planet as well that I miss. Okay, let's set that up. I'm going to blueprint this real quick. Oh, wait, no, you can do 5. What am I doing? Let's do the 5th one. We'll do one more just coming in like so. You can fit just there. Okay, grand. I'm going to copy you. We're just going to save that blueprint as a blank one. It's not going to be used for much else. What else am I doing here? No, that's it. Okay, cool. Now, copper, for sure. For sure, we want to get rid of the copper. And there we go. I think a ship's probably going to leave with it. No, a drone's going to leave with it. Okay, looks like copper's being requested somewhere else. That's fine. We do need to go through and sort that out as well. A lot of this stuff is probably going to end up being a little bit annoying to work with on account of it being requested elsewhere. So maybe I should sort that out first. But either way, this is going to be the way we do this. So if you see a bunch of these popping up, don't be surprised. No, don't remote demand, sorry. Local demand and remote supply. I think that's the way I want to do this. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, cool. Get out of here. Okay, the majority of the work is done. The only thing left really running on this planet are the oil refineries and all those byproducts. There are still a few sort of random bits and pieces of pipe and things that we need to pick up at some point, but for the most part, we're done here, which is really cool. Something that got eaten up very fast was our magnetic rings. Our magnetic coils, however, were barely touched, and what that tells me is that we are probably consuming just an inordinate number of those over on Ananas. Well, turns out we have an insane number of those right here we can ship back. I'm also going to bring back a lot of this conveyor belt stuff, just so we can turn that into higher tier ones. Same goes for the, what are these things called? The sorters. Yeah, because all of that can be sort of upgraded, right? But I'm going to have to do a few courier trips to bring as much of this magnetic coil and all this other junk over as I can. And then we'll be back to do our photon combining. Let's do it. Alpha's looking a little terraformed and a lot more empty since we since we started this playthrough. Wow, there's a bit going on here, huh? Oh, I guess this coal's only going to run when the power's on. Well, that's not going to cut it. Just plug that in. This planet's still a complete and utter mess. But you know what? It's our complete and utter mess at this point. Yeah, you know what? I don't even care about that. I suppose I can just pick this up then. Here we go. I'll be taking that with me. Thank you. And that should give us a few more of these to lay down now. There you go. Plug that all together. Okay, at least this way it's one network, and who knows, maybe, yep, there we go, the coal's running. Okay, great. I'm leaving, even though the silicon's not going to produce anything right now. Yeah, because I switched this over. Did we just produce sulfuric acid? We could. I mean, we don't really do much else with this except make organic crystals and plastic. Plastic's kind of the only thing we really need to make right now. I guess, hold on, I guess what I could do is turn these all over to just making plastic. Like, that's not impossible, right? If I just... What would I have to do? We would just have to turn this into energetic graphite. Yeah, so you're going to now output this, and you're going to output this. Apparently there's no energetic graphite on the planet. That might be a problem. That might be a problem for us to solve another time. It genuinely took like an hour and a half to clean all that up. That was, I got a little carried away with it, maybe. Oh, God, he has more cleanup to do. The reason I'm doing this, by the way, is just because these things all take up UPS, which is kind of like your computer's actions per second. And we need that back so that we can scale other planets. Like, having this just sitting here doing nothing, like all these wind turbines and crap, we just don't need this anymore. Like, we have a frickin' Dyson sphere, man. We got a frickin' Dyson sphere, man. We don't need any of this junk. Alright, nice. Like, I mean, you know, society has moved past the need for single edition. You know, these miners can just get deleted. Like, and the wind turbines and the small power poles. All of it just goes. Get out of here. Stop taking up bits in my computer. I mean, we got like these on tap now. We can just mine an entire patch in one click. Anyway, I'm gushing. Okay, so for starters, are we producing enough power on this planet to meet demand? Oh yeah, and then some. All right, great. It's because of all the wind turbines producing 300 kilowatts per second per self. That's definitely what's doing it. Not the gigantic frickin' you know, gravity-defying destruction in the sky. No, it's these things. Oh, no. Large Unemployed. Why? It's so inefficient, you know, just free energy. Just let them run. Dude, it's my computer, okay, has to process them. It's not free energy. I have to pay the electricity bill. All right? Okay, we are actually going to need quite a bit of juice on this planet in order to do what I want to do here. So let's run a few more of these. There we go. And that should give us enough power, at the very least, to sort of keep the ball rolling over here. At least when this side of the planet's facing it. I should probably wrap these around. Thanks, autosave. Very cool. Alright, so let's talk about how this works. You put down a ray receiver, and it's got two modes. Either it can generate power, or it can generate photons. It changes, it's got a different little noise. You'll see we get about 2 photons per minute at the current input. 45 megawatts of draw, right? That's kind of insane. So, I mean, if we're at regular power consumptions at like 7, this is a little bit higher. Here's where you want to use the graviton lenses. It actually helps. Because it sort of increases the maximum output, increases the rate of photon generation. Critical photon generation. Nice, we have made our first critical photon. Just putting that thing down, I mean, well, we're currently requesting 4.3 gigawatts-ish of power, which is, you know, a little insane. Every single solar sail we are shooting at the Dyson shell right now is being absorbed. That's exactly what you want. You don't want any swarms. We have surpassed, society has moved past the need for Dyson swarms. Just to give you an idea of how much power we're going to need, all the sails currently in orbit, like the 2,500 or so, would be able to support 2 photon generators. 2. If we were to scale up our generation, right, we would be able to support 10? Is that right? That's 400 megawatt, 450 megawatt. No. We'd be able to support 100. We can support 100 of these things doing photon generation, right? Now, as I mentioned, there is a certain advantage to having them always running. You can use the graviton lenses to do this, or you can use something else. I'm going to try something a little bit different. We're going to try run graviton lenses to all of these and get them to make us some yummy photons. The way we're going to do this, so we should be able to pull out, and that should pull out a photon once it's created. And we should be able to put in a graviton lens. I'm going to try and make this as tileable as possible, but I have a feeling it's going to be very annoying to work with. Let's have a look here. So photon generation. Okay, there's our critical photon. Let's pick that up and have a look at it. Critical photon has an energy potential of 1.2 gigajoules of power. Up until now, all of our fuel has worked in the megajoule range. This is 675 megajoules. Oh, imagine, how cool would that be? That we are now in the gigajoule range. So one of these photons, just one, right, holds twice as much power as these deuterium fuel rods. This is crazy. This is madness, alright? We're getting into the scales that man was not supposed to know. Alright, I'm gonna stop being annoying, and I'm gonna run some more of these, and we're gonna work out how the hell we're going to tile this. That will tile. Okay, great. So I just need to run. Then I'll just have to connect up the sorters on top. But you know what? That's a small price to pay for efficiency. Oh, hold on. Wait, no. Will it tile? No, it will not. It needs to move 1 point forward here. And then we can tile. Yes. Okay, I'm going to rim the world quickly. I'll be right back. There were a few casualties on the road to success here. We have to move this ore patch out of the way, but I think we can actually get away with mining it with one of these. Because the miners take up a lot more space than these things do. Oh, yep. Oh, no. I missed it. Try that one more time. Man, I love these things. They're just... Oh, they make the game so much better. Okay, because putting down miners is probably the most frustrating part of Dyson Sphere program. I love everything else about the game, but that part really, really sucks. Like, I see what they're going with. They didn't want it to just be like a Factorio clone, you know, but it is a little pain. I wouldn't mind a little Factorio cloning, because mining in Factorio is as easy as stamping down a blueprint. It's one of the things that game really got right. Good thing I didn't pull this mall apart just yet. It would be we could grab some more splitters right over here. That's actually pretty nice. I'm still gonna leave this here. It's not really worth pulling up. Like, there's just not enough going on. But it is, you know, it is. We could get some resources back, but it's like a couple thousand of each. Like, we work in the millions now, dude. That's a rounding error to be. You know, we have become God at this point. We're literally cracking freaking energy into mass. Like, we have superseded the mere tribulations of iron plates. He says, as he knows deep in his heart he is going to have to go and build another iron ring smelter. Or we're screwed. Or magnetic ring. Every time. I'll never get it right. Never. I refuse. At this point, it's a point of pride. Okay, we have met up with our former selves. Let's go ahead and slap down our interstellar tower. You're going to be bringing in the photons and bringing out the lenses. Thank you. You know what? Then you can go ahead and put them right back in. I don't want to be stacking on the line. Let's have a constant flow going. Okay, very nice. Don't need to have a constant flow going that way though. That's a bit unnecessary. Alright, and that's as much space as we got. You are going to bring me graviton lenses. We do not need many of these. They get used at a very slow rate. We'll remote demand that. Yep, there they come. Let's get this stacked up. We don't really need the... Oh, we will need warpers though. I think I'm just going to bring in warpers here. Because we can demand them locally. They're on the planetary network already. Yeah, just bring in like 400. That's perfect. Okay, give this bad boy some power. How is my Dyson sphere holding up? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So that was just as much as we could have made. We're going to max it out with any more. And then you can start storing critical photons, my dude. We'll put them right over there. All right. So we'll put that onto the remote supply. We're going to be sending those off into the universe whenever they're needed. And that's just going to be great. Let's stick the coal in here. You know what? Max up this coal. I want you just digging that up as fast as it'll come. All right, so how are we... Okay, yeah, we are right on the edge of our production, but we are constantly improving our Dyson sphere production, so I'm not too stressed about that. I do notice that no more rockets are being launched. Is that because we've completed all of the frames? It is. It is, yeah. All the frames are completed. The shell structure is there. We just need to increase our firing rate, basically, for the solar sails. Yeah, I do note that it is dropping off slightly. Interesting. And we've just dipped below production. Okay, yeah, we need to scale that up. But that's also completely okay. I think these things are coming back online now because they were backed up. And they're also going to start accepting these lenses, which is going to dramatically increase their draw. And that's okay. I want this thing to be running... I want these to be ready to run at full capacity when this thing is able to provide that full capacity. But these last ages. You really don't need that many of them to make it work. Which is nice because, I mean, you use them to make warpers, right? So, anyway, we've now literally harnessed light. How do we even begin to conceive of what we've achieved here? But now we need to smash it, right? We need to take that light and we need to turn it, we need to tell it it's a nerd and bully it in the parking lot because we need to make some mass energy storage. We're going to ram those two photons together in a particle collider and we're going to get out some hydrogen. Always nice. We can fractionate that and we're going to get out a lot of antimatter as well. But this is not the planet for that purpose. No, this planet's got enough going on for it. We're going to head back to good old Ananas. Good old Ananas? Ananas? My love? Where are you? There Ananas is. Okay, perfect. We blast ourselves down this way. And step one, we're going to see, are these not all firing because we don't have enough solar sails, or they're not all firing because we don't have enough guns? We don't have enough guns. No. We don't have enough solar sails? We don't have enough solar sails. Now that is a curious problem to have. Yeah, look at that. Okay, solar sail production is dropping off. Let's go work out why. Do we just need more machines? Because I can do more machines. That's like my whole thing. Okay, solar sail production. It is worth noting that the power grid here will remain fully satisfied before it... so what I'm trying to say is the Dyson sphere will prioritize giving power to your ray receivers before it gives it to the photon combiners, or photon smashers, or whatever it's called, which is fantastic. That's exactly what you want, right? Because you don't want your grid to die because you're making too many photons or whatever, you know. That's some nerd shit. We don't worry about that. We don't want that at all. It doesn't look like, though, that this is keeping up. Yeah, this is keeping up just fine. Okay, no. So our issue is photon combiners. We need more of these. What is your craft time? 3 seconds to make one. Yeah, this one lane isn't going to cut it. And you are taking 4 seconds to make, so 2 seconds to make one. Okay, so it's a 3-to-2 ratio. So we need 3 photon combiners to 2 of these machines. So I need to put down 2 more photon combiners for these 2. And then a further 3 more to make another 2. So then we'll do, yeah, that'll be perfect. Okay, I mean, thankfully that's all just 2 in 1 out blueprints. We've done this 1,000 times. Grab me, where is it? It'll be under tower assembling. 2 in 1 out tower. Just gonna put down a few more of these, and I'll see you guys in a second. Oh, I guess we can't put them here though, just because of the spacing. They will fit up on the next strata though. Let's get them there. So that'll be 2 photon combiners. We need 5. So 3. Let's do 4. Let's do 5. And then we'll have to check if we have enough optical grading lenses, or optical lenses as well. That's 5, and then let's do 1 and 2 more solar sail productions as well. Bring that stuff in en masse. I have a feeling we're going to need more everything else, you know, back in the chain to also keep this going, but that's fine. That's what it's there for. I mean, that's what this planet is for, is to just make stuff at scale. So let us make it. Yeah, because most of our guns are not firing right now, just because we don't have enough solar sail production. So we need to fix that. That's definitely the first priority right now, to get that sorted out. Okay, you are also going to be a photon combiner. I'm going to bring you in. I'm also, I mean, I don't mind doing it a bit out of order like this. Like the machines aren't ready, set to go. And I think that's okay. Because what that ultimately means is that we will be able to get a little bit of a backlog, just, you know, just to help balance out the initial spike in demand. Oh, we can also get our proliferation set up before we start producing. That is a good system, actually. Okay, so that's 5 photon combiners. You are going to be making the solar sails. I don't want you bringing them in. Ah, I messed that up. You're going to be photon combiners and graphene. There we go. And I think we're going to have to redo the ports for that. Yeah. Yep, we are. Alright, and as always, I'm going to just run, since we have a photon combiner right here, this is going to bring some photon combiners in there, just save a few drone trips, saves a bit of power over time. And I think we'll just bring in the proliferators for each row. You know, just do it like this. Simplest way to do it. We got so much proliferator on the interstellar network now that it's pretty straightforward to just sort of, you know, bring it into this planet, or whichever planet we really need it on. In fact, I've got one planet somewhere out there which is just making an insane amount of that exact stuff. Just making proliferators like you've never seen before. Okay, I will show that at before the end of the episode, but it's not all that interesting. It's what you've seen it all before. Oh, that actually does remind me. We have been collecting fractal silicon to make these high-purity silicon crystals, but we haven't actually been smelting it. Or assembling it, right? I think you assemble it into crystals now. Yeah, made an assembler. Okay, great. So we should actually slap down one of these. Is that just a 1 in 1 out? Yeah. Well, I need to put down more of those lens crafters as well, so we might as well get to that while we're at it. Alright, before I set these going, I absolutely have to get these ones going as well. Yeah, the prisms. We won't be able to continue without it. And I'm going to put down a couple more. Yeah, I'm going to put down a couple more of these as well. Where are they? These ones right here. I think we'll just copy paste this because it's so easy to. Is that making me, yeah, that's making me circuits because it's got the blue line already. So I'm just going to use that exact blueprint. We'll just stamp those right there. Okay, that's 2 more circuits for the network. That should be plenty. And then we're just going to have to turn around this line. Move this up to there. Oh man, these upgraded drones are just amazing. They work so well. Alright, that should look... Oh, that's going to work fantastic. Oh, perfect. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. Green circuits are going to get made, yep, at just an insane pace. And that's going to mean that we can... we got to get the prisms going, and we got to get the fractal silicon smelted up, or rather assembled up, I guess. Let's bring it in. We got to have an empty spot somewhere on here. It does not look like we do. I'm going to have to put down another tower. Okay, let me do that quickly. That's because I want to bring in... I'm going to bring in like two towers worth of fractal silicon. So we'll put down 2 more towers. And we are running out of room on the poles. I guess there's no harm in just sticking it over here for now. Why don't you give me... I just wanted to be able to get to the warpers. That's what I really care about here. Yeah, like, you don't appear to have warpers. You have warpers. Oh, because you're remotely demanding it. Okay, okay. Yeah, I can just do that. That's true. That is true. Let's put one over here then. And another one just over there. That'll work. And you're going to pick up this and this. And you're going to bring in this. Remote demand. You're going to bring in these. Remote demand. Chick, chick. Oh, I need to get some more drones. Ah, I love having everything produced on the same planet. It just is so much easier to do everything. Okay, give me some more drones. We all know what comes next. We click, we click, we click. Thank you. That's all bringing it in. Fantastic. And then why don't you just grab me some warpers at like a really small amount. Definitely local demand. And then we just can zoot that straight in there. Give me Whopper. The Big King XXL Whopper. There we go. Perfect. There we go. We already got 10,000, man. Warp cores are quick. Can't deny it. That's that built. Let's go ahead and copy up this. We're going to put down another... let's just check the ratios quickly. So, if a photon combiner requires 1 prism to create, we could also make... oh, we could also make it with optical grading crystals. We have those now. Yeah, let's... hold on. Yeah, wait. Let's forget the prisms. Because we have to use that... we have to make glass with that. That's like an extra step. We can just go straight with the crystals. The crystals are already coming into this planet in huge quantities. This is gonna suck. Yep, that's gonna suck. You are going to become optical grading crystal. We should then just be able to fill these up as is needed. Are we gonna lose a few prisms in the process here? Yes, we are. Do I feel any remorse? No, I do not. Okay, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to leave some of them on the old recipe, though. I think maybe that's a good idea. Because that way, if our prisms run out, we don't just completely tank our ability to produce these things. That seems sensible to me. Where the hell did those get deposited? Why are they over there? That makes no sense. Oh well, c'est la vie, I guess. You've got some of these in storage. Why don't you go back to being prisms as well? Let's just leave 2 on... we'll do 3 on crystals, 2 on prisms. How about that, huh? That make you happy? Okay, I'm glad. Oh, these stacked to 50? Oh, that's miserable. Yeah, and already the prisms are running a little... or the crystals are running a little low, it looks like. Okay, yeah, let's use prisms where we need to. Okay, cool. Let's get all of this started now. I think we've got everything we need. I do still need to put down 2 more prisms and 1 more... and a couple of builds to make the other ones. What are they called? I suppose we can just... well, we can copy the prisms and then stamp down the blueprint for the other stuff. I need to make the high purity silicon in these assemblers. Okay, grab me that build, but I don't need... hold on, I don't need that line. Okay, use that right now. Stick that right over there. That looks good. Sure, give me 2 more prism builds, just for the fun of it. Where the heck are those blueprints? Where am I? I'm lost. Someone help. There we go. Found him. First try. Yeah, and once again, it just these drones just build so comically fast. I love it, man. Oh, I just love it. Okay, there we go. A bunch more glass coming in to make this. It's going to be proliferated. It'll all be fine. My only concern, or maybe I don't know if it's concern is the right word. I am a little bit worried about the time we've got left on today's episode. So I think, unfortunately, even though we didn't get to do exactly what we set out to, which was the, making the antimatter, we got a lot closer. We did all the research. We have constructed significantly more Dyson sphere energy output potential. We have, like I said, we did the research. We've also managed to unlock the power of the critical photon. And I think in the next episode, we're going to smash those critical photons into something much more becoming of an interstellar empire. Antimatter. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. For now, let's just take a slow tour of just the porcupine of a planet we have created here. This is starting to turn into something a little scary looking, isn't it? Yeah, we are doing just fine. Alright, everybody, thank you very much for watching, though. I've had a lot of fun with this one, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. And of course, a huge thank you to the channel members and patrons for this month: Kelly Ananas, Call Me Bo 82, Old Man Tater, Frickin' Friendly Beaver, Knee Cruncher, Riley David, Rivo, Charlie Weber, Mermix, Officer C4, Not K Arthur, Adachi Fanboy, Couch Potato, LCG Canyon Sahar, Jack Smallman, Cut Beef Go Ham, I'm Alpha, you're damn right I am, The Senate, and Richard Berry. Thank you guys so much for the support. You are all amazing.